God, religion, and the atheistic point of view on the two. And the reason I'm going to make this video on God and religion is because of the fact that I'm so sick and tired of people using arguments against religion and considering them on the level as being an argument against God. You can make an argument against religion all day, and it still doesn't need or still doesn't mean that it's an argument against God. You're talking about religion. We're in religion. What is religion? It's a man-made institution. God didn't make these churches magically, we weren't like Neanderthals walking around, or we weren't the first Homo sapiens, and then eventually just discovered a temple, so on and so forth. Like, oh, God created a temple for us. No, we've created religion. Man has created religion in order to come to a better or easier way of worshiping God. But we're still in every part of the process. We build the churches, we teach the doctrine, we preach the message, so on and so forth. It's all us. I mean, I'm not saying that God isn't a part of it, but when it really comes down to it, the management, the true pure management of the whole institution is done by people. That's why you hear a lot of fucking scandalous shit go down in a lot of churches, because of the fact it's run by people. It's not run by God, it's run by people. Now, again, I'm not saying that God isn't a part of religion, but to say that God and religion are the same thing is just moronic and idiotic. Moronic, idiotic, and simplistic. And, yeah, because God is a multidimensional concept, a concept that can be dealt with and thought about 4,000 different ways. You could come up with, I guarantee I can come up with 100 different types of ways that God could exist, or God could live, or God could be a part of our lives, so on and so forth. And they would be, they could be incredibly different. And I could do that within an hour, so on and so forth, because God is a very much so multidimensional thought process or concept, or understanding of the concept of God is very much so multidimensional. And I think that's a good thing. But I'm just so tired. I'm just tired of hearing so many just weak arguments for God being equated with religion. Like, a lot of atheists will come up with arguments against religion and then just equate that with God. Like, oh, religion does a whole bunch of fucked up shit, gets people to be ignorant and all this other stuff. So that must mean God is ignorant and gets a whole bunch of people to do fucked up shit. Or that because religion has some stupid ass shit, that must mean that God is a stupid concept or a stupid idea. Like, no, these aren't the same concepts. These aren't the same ideas. Einstein believed in God. He didn't believe in a personal God, but he still believed in God. And that's kind of the thing that really gets me. That all these atheists claim to be, oh, I'm smart because I'm an atheist. And if you're on YouTube or been on YouTube and are a part of the YouTube community, you know that there's a ton of atheists on YouTube. And I'm sure I got some atheist subscribers. And love you guys. I'm not hating on you. I'm just talking about generally, and you guys know, if you ever spend any time on YouTube, you hear people come on, YouTube and say, well, you believe in Santa Claus, don't you? And equating God with imaginary fictional things. And this is because that atheists believe that God's a concept created by humanity, while as believers believe that God is a concept consecrated by humanity. And the thing is that gets me is that, we can have these two different perspectives, but when a person thinks they're superior to somebody else just because of their belief system, so on and so forth, that's when it kind of pisses me off. And atheists do it, and Christians do it, and Muslims do it, Buddhists do it. Everybody kind of does it. We all look for reasons why we're better than each other, or people actually, if they don't do it, they actually have to actively try to not do it. I don't know if that made any sense. Shit. Okay, fuck it. What was that good? Damn it. They have to try to not look down on other people, is what I'm trying to say. Most people look for a reason, like sizing niggas up all day. Like, that's what most people do. People walk down the street, they try to size people up. Like, well, I'm better than that person because of this, or I'm better than that person because of that, or I'm better than most people because of this, that, and the other, so on and so forth. That's what people just generally do in order to get their self-confidence up, is to cut other niggas down. See, me, I'm not like that. I'm just like, you know what? I'm me. I'm weird. I've lived a pretty goddamn, different lifestyle, and I've made different life choices. My perspective, my perception is way different than most of the kids I've gone to school with, most of the kids I know, and, I like it. I'm fine with that. And, their perspective is what their life has been and how they've made their life. It's been their life, been their choice. Same thing with me and mine. But, to actually understand my life, I get that, they'll never understand me completely. Or they probably won't even understand me, like 50% of the way. But I'm okay with that. And I guess that might be my place of superiority, knowing that most people will never be able to understand me or really interpret my perspective and my life, so on and so forth. I guess that might be the place. I'm like, yeah, I was superior to that person because of that, or just that's my type of just saying that's my type of superiority. Pretty much saying that no one will be able to understand me, and I don't really consider that a level of superiority because I don't think I'm superior to anybody besides the people that think they're superior to me. That right there, like those are the only people I think are superior to. Like, you know what? You know, the second a person says, like, you know what, I'm better than you, I'm just like, really? Okay, you're better than me. You're better than me. You know my life. You know everything that I've done. You've known like every aspect of the world, well, every aspect that I've affected within the world. You know all of that. You know everything. Like when I was 5, you know all that shit. Okay, so you know you're better than me for a fact because you know everything about my life. You're a fucking idiot, and then I feel superior to them. So yeah, that's kind of how that works in my thoughts of superiority. But I really got off topic and off point. What was I gonna say? God, superiority. I guess I was gonna go to the point that religion and a lot of I was talking about atheists on YouTube. I said I'm just gonna cut it down the middle. There's atheists and religious people like that look for reasons to feel superior to other people. And there's a certain level of ignorance that comes about through this. And a lot of atheists claim or think that they're smarter because they don't believe in God. And it's because of the fact that generally they came to a harder understanding about the world and they think that it's more realistic because of the fact that you can understand a lot of the way the world works or how the world works in a very much so basic logical manner, and this logical manner can come to a conclusion of no God. And I've been on a path or road of questioning and self-reflection that has led to certain answers as such, like, what if there is no God? And I've always, and I came to one simple answer: even if there isn't a God, or even, I believe in God, so I kind of passed this level of questioning. But what I thought was, even if there isn't a God, there's still people, and we can still help each other. And humanity itself can work for a constant goal of bettering and limiting or eliminating suffering. We're never going to completely eliminate suffering, but if humanity as a whole works to eliminate suffering throughout the entirety of its existence, it's going to be a positive outlook, or it's going to have a positive outlook altogether, and that makes life worth living. Because that's an incredibly bold goal and a bold place, a bold objective for a species to have, to eliminate suffering completely from the world or from the human universe. And yeah, that's why I'm a fucking humanist, bitches. but yeah, like humanism is a joke. No, humanism not a joke. I don't know why I felt like doing the bunt about them. I am freaking tired. Sorry, a little out of it, just a little bit. But yeah, I was gonna say humanism, a religion, atheism. Yeah. I lost my train of thought again. This video, I think I've made some good points, so I'm probably going to make this video, but I apologize to everybody that's watched this if you really don't understand what I'm saying or you're having a hard time following what I'm saying. Religion, God. Well, I guess I'll just start with a new point then. Religion and God. I think generally to wrap up the whole concept of religion and God, that I think that religion fucks up a lot of people by saying that it's divinely inspired, it's inspired by God, when in all reality that it is just inspired by people and is created by people, and that people can't understand that religion is a man-made institution. It's not a God-made institution, and I think that's the difference. It's a simple understanding, but it means a lot. That religion has been created by people, not God. I think once people understand that, like, oh, so religions were created by people, people run religion, so that means God isn't in charge of religion. It's like, oh, okay. You could say that maybe, pastors, so on and so forth, divinely inspired by God. That's one thing. But to say that God is actually in charge of religion is a completely different one. But then, that comes into faith. And I guess that's really the point I'm going to go to. Faith. That religion tries to put itself as the biggest authority so people have faith